Good morning, Trinity. I hope you're having a good morning so far. I'm so glad to be here today. I want to share with you one of my favorite verses in the Bible. It comes from Isaiah 45:15. But let me just read from you little parts of 14 through 16 of Isaiah 45. Only among you is God. There is no other God at all. You are indeed a God who concealed himself, a God of Israel who brings victory. Those who fabricate idols, all are shamed and disgraced. To a man, they slink away in disgrace. But God, Israel has won through the Lord triumph everlasting. You should not be ashamed or disgraced in all the ages to come. Well, sometimes we look to the Bible and we look to life. We pray and we hear sermons and we contemplate to understand God, to know what is going on in our world, in ourselves, within our hearts and mind, and within the world around us. And sometimes many of us, including myself, pastors, are they claim to know God because we study theology and we, um, read books, obviously, and such things like that. And but here in our text, there's a very strange thing that's going on. It talks about the idols of other nations versus God of Israel. And as you know, God forbids um, making an icon or making an image of God. That is one of the Ten Commandments, that we are not supposed to make an image of God and bow down before. But as compared to other um, religions at that time and that we have known through history, that they make they want others have tried to make an explicit image of what they are worshiping, and it's really that's very reasonable. What are we worshiping? People might ask. Well, we're worshiping God of health, or God of wealth, or God of fertility, God of, and they wanted to know exactly what is clear about the religion they're engaged in. And Isaiah 45 kind of makes fun of that. It kind of contrasts what others have done and what God is doing. And it points out something very strange, that God who saves us, God conceals himself, meaning that it's not really clear how God works in our lives. It's really clear. We cannot point to something and says, well, that was God, or we cannot say this is how God works. I mean, we could say that with certain restrictions and limitations, but overall, what we could fathom from this Bible, or we could learn from this Bible verse, is that it's really hard to understand what God is doing in our world. And especially today, and I was thinking about this, wow, go to worship. When was a time when um, probably was never a time like this, or the whole world, practically the whole world, was coming to a standstill? What? Then where is God in all this? And in my mind, I was thinking, well, God is trying to teach us that. God is trying to teach us this. Well, but that made me think a little more and go deeper in the answers. And I read some books, and I go online to hear what other pastors and philosophers have to say about what's going on. But here's the thing that I just want to share with you. God, who conceals himself, is asking us to kind of dig deeper into the meaning of life, instead of accepting the traditional understanding that we have known for all our lives, or things are readily available. Sometimes it's called packaged ideas. What God is God does sometimes by not really revealing the answer or revealing how God works in this world. But God is asking us to dig deeper into our souls, into our relationship with God, re-examining our truisms and accepted norms, to see beyond, see where God is doing, because God is much greater than our understanding, as you know. Well, I leave you with that, and I want to end with a prayer by Saint Anselm. It says this. Let me pray with you. O Lord my God, teach my heart to this day where and how to find you. You have made me and remade me. You have bestowed on me all the good things I possess, and still I do not know you. I have not yet done that for which I was made. Teach me to seek you, for I cannot seek you unless you teach me, or find you unless you show yourself to me. Let me seek you in my desire. Let me desire you in my seeking. Let me find you by loving you. Let me love you when I find you. Amen. Well, I pray that God, who conceals himself, reveals ourselves to us when we seek him in times like this.